Hi, welcome to another edition of MTG Playback. I'm Mark. I'm an actual caster who plays Magic the Gathering, and today I have a brand new deck that I've returned to. It is a green, white, toxic deck, very similar to all the decks that came out when Phyrexia All Will Be One was released in January, with a splash of blue just for some basic counter spells. So here is my deck. It's got Trivar Stars, Tyvar Stand, Slaughter Singer, Rot Priest, etc. So we're just going to play through this game and see what happens. Alright, like I said in an earlier video, one of the things I'm going to be working on is trying to make sure I'm mulliganing aggressively. But I've got 3 colors of land already, 3 colors with 2 lands, and so I'm ready to go. Put out a Rot Priest. Alright, they play a Mountain and they play a Scamp, so I think they have some kind of red aggro deck. So hopefully I can get some Bloated Contaminators or something big to start doing some defense. Here I had a decision to make. Do I put a creature on the field or do I try to create space to keep my Venerated Rot Priest alive? I decided to just start putting creatures on the board. Not sure if that's the right choice to make in this case, but I just wanted to start getting things out as quickly as I possibly can. So we put out the Jawbone Duelist, which has double strikes and can do some pretty good damage when it shows up. That's interesting. They have their Scamp, which can do a lot of different things. And so there's a lot of math going on in this game. I can see the opponent is trying to think about what can they do to wipe out my board. And spoilers, they figure out how to do it. First thing they do is they attack, and then before I can assign blockers or anything like that, they're going to make a move. Alright, so they went up. I can't defend it. There goes my Venerated Rot Priest. I do have 3 others in my deck. I have a bunch of 1-drops in my deck. I decided to not block it. Right. And the reason why I didn't block it is because I knew that when it died, it could do damage to whatever it wanted to. And now that I think about it, I probably should have blocked it, right? Because I know it's going to kill it anyways. And so why take the 1 damage when I didn't need to? I wasn't too worried about it because I had another Jawbone Duelist in my hand, so I just cast that. I do have something that can protect it because I have 2 Tyvar Stand. So they play a green, which to be honest, didn't expect. I thought they were going to play mostly a mono red deck. This is a card I haven't seen before very often. It's pretty powerful. It has Vigilance, it has Haste, and that when it does damage, it lets whenever a creature you control deals damage on the turn it comes in, then you can draw a card. So that's pretty powerful, and there's not much I can do about it. I couldn't block it and defend it because I didn't have enough mana to then pump up my Jawbone Duelist. I did get another land. It is a Reservoir Thicket, so it comes in tapped, which is a little bit of annoying. So I only have 3 mana available, and I'm trying to decide, what do I do? Do I play down another blocker, another big creature? Do I play a... do I just stop and not do anything and have Tyvar Stand available? I play a creature here just to try to get, just in case another thing comes on the board. I can do some double blocks, so that's something, but I'm not quite sure if that was really the right move to make. Then they play Thundering Raja, which has haste. It's a 3/3, comes in, it can pump up a creature. When it attacks, it can pump up a creature, which is pretty potent and pretty powerful. Alright, so they're going to attack. They're going to pump up this... they're going to play the Vicar. So we're going to see what comes next. Alright. And I apologize if you can hear the noises in the background. There's just people outside of me are talking. So I'm trying to decide what to do. What to do. So here I decided to do double. I don't do a lot of double blocks. I don't really do that enough. So I do the double blocks, and I think how Arena then lets the opponent decide how damage is going to be dealt. And then decides what it's going to do. And so I didn't realize at the time, I'll find out later, that Arena actually will put the creatures in the order of where damage is going to be, so I can tell. So we do the first damage, it kills that, and then that survives. So I chose to have the Slaughter Singer survive. Maybe the Duelist would have been better because it can do the double strike. And then I find that I draw a Bloated Contaminator, get it on the board, which is great. So here we go. Let's see what happens. All right, so they're deciding what to do. And they play a Gala Greeters. Again, it's a creature that can easily get pumped up and pump others up. Right? Well, actually, sorry. Gala Greeters can pump itself up, and then they bring a Thrill Streaker, which comes in. It's only a 1/1, but it does have backup, so it can build up other creatures, which is frustrating and annoying. So all of a sudden, they got a 5/6 heading my way. So then they attack. All their mana is tapped out. I'm down to 13 life. I know I have to do that. So I do the double block. And then they're trying to figure out. So I have 6. I can take 6 damage, and they're trying to figure out what do they want to kill first. Right? They got 5 damage. They can do something, and they get the order of how damage goes. So then you notice my creatures move. So they decide they're going to try to kill my Bloated Contaminator first, which then gives me, okay, that's the thing that I should protect. So it's going to take 4 damage, and only one's going to go through, but it's going to live. So at this point, I decide that I am going to attack. I think I have 13 life. I'm hoping that I will get other creatures or some, my draw will be better. As you saw, I drew another land. It's not really that helpful. I really have nothing left in my hand. I just need to get something through. It might have made more sense to keep it back as a blocker, but I didn't. I'm also assuming they have burn spells, etc. So if I blocked, then I would have it would die, and I don't have anything protected either. So. So I'm kind of stuck. They're not getting really their card draw as much. I'm not getting the card draw. We're kind of stuck in this place where we've kind of drained our initial hands, and we're trying to figure out the math to do the most damage and to win. They're thinking. There they go. All right, so the first thing they do is they do 3 damage to that and do some damage to me. Then they decide to wipe out the other creature. Like they're just doing the math to wipe out my board. I'm tapped. I can't do anything. And then they're going to kill that and Bloated Contaminator. So I'm down to 8, and then I draw. It's not a land. It's an Infectious Bite, which would have been great if I had been able to use it for my Bloated Contaminator. And I can't. So now I'm down to 6, and they have 1 card in their hand. What could it be? I don't know yet. I draw a creature. It's only a 1. It's not great. But at least at this point, I could, in theory, if they don't draw anything and it survives, block their Gala Greeters and kill it. So it looks like they drew a land last turn. Like me, they were having a land just to try to pretend to their opponent that they actually have something. Then they cast Shivan Devastator, so I know the game's over. It's got flying, it's got haste, I can't kill it. 6/6 and a 3/3. They attack with everything just for funds. And for me, just for funds, I decided, you know what, I'm just going to cast a spell just for fun. Gonna pretend to block and then just concede. So that's it. So I thought that was deck. I found that helpful for me as I figured out, again, doing double blocks, but I also ran the problem this deck, once I have everything on the board, if I don't have card draw, I get really stuck. So thank you for watching. Let me know what you think I could have done differently. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time for MTG Playback.